All right, well, let's get rolling. Hopefully everybody's feeling okay, feeling ready to go. And we are just going to get right into it today. We'll start warming up, start loosening, kind of follow that same routine we've been doing, and get ready to hit the chords today. Okay, so let's get up and let's get moving a little bit, shaking the arms out. I know I actually ended up doing an extra stretch band or two session this week, and I'm feeling it a little bit. So I'm glad to be coaching you guys on this one and not having to do it. But nice and loose, and I'm just swinging everything out here. Getting there. All right, let's get into our arm circles. Let's go forward first this time. Just right over the top. Nice big range of motion. About 10 of these, doesn't have to be fast, but just swinging right over. Excellent. And actually, let's go that same arm backwards now. Same arm backwards. Getting crazy today, you know. Same arm backwards, big range of motion, right over the top. Nice straight arm all the way through. Pretend like you're doing backstroke a little. All right. Let's switch to the other arm. We'll go forward on that arm. There we go. Let's try to keep nice and close over the top here. Just keep it moving. Nice straight arm, and then switch the other direction. Really try to get that across the front of the shoulder, right through here, right through the chest. That's where you should kind of feel that stretch as we also get the range of motion and get the mobility going at the same time here. And now let's go both arms forward. And this I kind of like to go quicker through here, slower over the top so I can feel the stretch a little bit more. Quick through and feel it right at the top. There we go. Nice big stretching. And let's go backwards. Again, I kind of like to slow it down at the top just to really try to get that stretch as we come over that top part of the swing there. We'll come right through. All right, let's shake it out just for a second. And then give the shoulders a little bit of a break. And now we'll get into our streamline here. Nice and tight, squeezing right over the ears. Squeeze it. And once you've got that squeeze, then you can start to stretch it up, elongate a little bit. Feel it right. The spine is just getting stretched out. Go, switch to another side here. Go over to the other side now. Back to the middle. And today we're going to do our, you know what, we're going to do the Saturday morning wrestlers. That's where we kind of meet here in the middle, out like this, and back across the front. And you can stop here if you want, but I like to cross over a little bit. And you should feel that stretch right in between your shoulder blades. We're still just loosening the arms up. And then we'll come back up and do another streamline to stretch that out again. And get side to side. And we'll do one more of those. What's he call them? Saturday, Sunday? I don't know. Some weekend morning wrestler. I'm sure it's one of in the dictionary somewhere. All right, and then one more streamline here, and we'll be nice and loose and ready to go. All right, excellent, good. Hopefully we're feeling somewhat loose here before we'll get going in our pre-set or our continuation of the warm-up. Getting everything kind of loose in the shoulders before we hit a little bit harder in the main set today. And the main set today is going to be varying degrees of effort. So it's basically we're going to be at like a 70 to 75% effort, so a little bit of tension where we're focusing on form, and that's kind of that smooth all-day type endurance. Then we're going to take a step back. We're going to add some tension. Now we're getting into more of like what a race pace. We really want to kind of feel that rhythm as we're going. And then our third thing is going to be, we're going to do some hard efforts and some hard tension. So we're going to keep working between that kind of smooth endurance, race type effort, and hard effort. And the idea is we're trying to hold form as it gets harder. But anyway, we will start out with the preset first here. And let me grab my cords just to kind of give a quick overview. I'm going to grab my stretch bands here. What we're going to do is we're going to do one arm at a time, or we're going to go 15 seconds, let's say the left arm, just the catch for 15 seconds. So we start with a little tension, drop the fingertips, elbow stays still, point it out, get to here, where you're at 90 degrees there, that fingertips pointing right down, right back up. That's the catch. So we're going to do 15 seconds, left arm only, catch, right into 15 seconds, left arm only, full pulls. We'll take a little break, we'll switch arms. So we'll go right arm, catch for 15 seconds, right arm, full pull. When I say full and finishing, I mean, a lot of times you guys will hear me say when you get tired, make sure you're finishing all the way through the stroke or all the way through the back. And that means nice and parallel right there. So that arm is parallel to my body. So whether you're bent over or you're on a bench, this is that finished position. The big thing is make sure you don't come up to here. Make it nice and flat right past the hip. Oh, and the other thing I want to mention too, and this is something that we start to see with just the catch. When you're doing just the catch, the important thing is the elbow stays stationary as the hand drops. We don't want you to pull the elbow up like this. So it's not an up and back. It stays still, it just drops. And don't drop it down here, not this way. Plant it right there, fingertips down. And make sure it's not coming above your shoulder. So keep that elbow right in line with your shoulder. All right, we'll get going here in about 15, 20 seconds, as soon as I can get my clock up. So it's gonna be 15 seconds. So we'll start with just we'll start with the left arm, 15 seconds, just the catch, 15 seconds, full pull. We'll take a short break to switch arms and do it on the other arm. We'll get started here in 5 seconds and go. This is 15 seconds of just the catch with one arm only. So just the catch, don't pull that elbow back, just drop the fingertips down. Nice and slow on these, slow and deliberate as we like to say. And now full pulls. So now finish the stroke all the way through. We're gonna go 15 seconds, pull that arm all the way through the back. We still want to emphasize the catch up front, but now we're just adding the finish to the stroke here. Good, and we'll rest here. We'll rest for about 15 seconds, short rest, and then we're gonna switch to the other arm now. So we're gonna go 15 seconds, just the catch, 15 seconds, full pulls. We're gonna start 5 seconds and go. So just the catch. Now we're on the other arm. Elbow nice and still. Don't bring it back, just the catch portion. Just dropping the fingertips down. Okay, and now full pull all the way through. All the way through now. Nice full stroke all the way back. Extend the arm at the end and feel that stretch and that tightness in the tricep. Okay, and stop. All right, another short little rest here, and we're gonna go into 30 seconds of double arm. Now again, we're still emphasizing the catch, both arms together. This is still slow and deliberate. You don't need a lot of tension. We're still just loosening up those muscles around the shoulder and getting used to the cords. Okay, we are gonna go in 5 seconds and we have 30 seconds of double arm pulls. Okay, and go. All right, so this will be slow, deliberate. Just get that catch, pull all the way through, just still getting warmed up. Finishing with that nice straight arm at the back. That catch portion when the fingertips drops down, that's where we engage the lat. And we push all the way through and we finish up with a little tricep flexion at the end there. 5 more seconds. Okay, and rest. Excellent. Good. So we're gonna go through that just one more time before we get to the main set. So we're gonna repeat that. We're gonna go left arm only, 15 seconds of catch, right into 15 seconds of full pulls, take a break, switch arms, 15 seconds just the catch, 15 seconds pulling all the way through, and then we'll go to our double arm again. All right, we're gonna get going here in about 10 seconds. We'll start with the left arm again, starting out with 15 seconds, just the catch at the top. Okay, and go. There we go, 15 seconds, just the catch at the top. Just drop those fingertips to keep that elbow stationary. Okay, and transition to a full pull now. Now add the finish and pulling all the way through. Still use that same setup on the catch. Now we're just adding the back end of the stroke. Okay, and rest. All right, take a short rest here. We're gonna switch arms now. Now we're going to the other arm. We're gonna go 15 seconds just the catch, 15 seconds full pull. We're gonna start in 5 seconds. And go. Just the catch now, just up at the top. We want to get to the point where the fingertips are right down, right underneath the elbow, not past the shoulder, not past the elbow, just right down. Okay, and now full pulls all the way through. Add that finish all the way through the back now. Excellent. You guys are looking great today. Okay, and rest. All right, we're gonna take a short rest here. Now we've got 30 seconds of double arm. Can add a little bit more tension now before we move on to our main set today. Okay, we're gonna get going in 5 seconds. 30 seconds of double arm and go. 30 seconds straight, double arm, both arms together, Alexi. There we go. Pulling all the way through the back. Excellent. Yeah, we're getting warmed up, getting ready for our main set today, where we're going to be kind of alternating speeds. Okay, and rest. Good. All right, when you guys drop the bands here, take this opportunity to grab a sip of water and maybe do a little extra stretching as we get going. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do sets of 3 intervals. As I said, that first one, the first bit of it is like a 70% effort. So it's like an endurance all day kind of effort. It should feel smooth. It should be very form focused. You don't need a ton of, super high tempo on this. It's more just finding the rhythm and getting into that like all day endurance effort. We'll take a short rest. Effort number 2, we're going to add a little bit of tension. This is going to be harder. So think of this as like an 85% type effort. So or if we're on an RPE scale, now we're getting to like an 8 maybe. All right, so there's a little more tension. I want you to start adding a little bit more tempo to that one as well. We'll take a short rest and then we'll go into our third effort, which should be like a 95% hard effort. It should be tough. The tempo should be up. But again, we only want it so hard that we can still finish with that straight arm all the way through the back. Now this first one, what we're going to do is we're going to go 3 times 1 minute, 3 times 1 minute at that endurance effort, 70%, 75%. We're going to go 3 times 1 minute at that 85% effort. 2 times 1 minute at the 85% effort, and then 1 minute at that really hard effort, and then we'll take a longer break. So we're going to start off right off the bat here. We're going to go 3 times 1 minute at that kind of all day endurance type effort. We're going to do 20 seconds of rest in between each one. So it's a minute straight, alternating, sorry, so I probably should have said that, alternating strokes like that swimming stroke. So we're trying to find that rhythm, trying to find that endurance, and setting up really great form on these first few efforts. We'll get started in 10 seconds. This is going to be a minute straight. Just kind of cruising and feeling good on these. All right, and go. So this is where we set ourselves up for the rest of the day. So this is alternating arms like we're swimming, setting ourselves up, really still emphasizing that catch at the top and finishing all the way through. Smooth tempo, smooth effort. We're checking off all the little things here, like a nice stable body, neutral head position, and we really want to set up the stroke. All right, nice high elbow and pulling all the way through the back. Excellent. Just cruising through this one right here. Got 15 more seconds. Five more seconds. Okay, and rest. All right, so again, we'll do 20 to 30 seconds rest in between these here. and we're gonna repeat that. So it's the same type of effort now. That same effort, 70 to 75%, all day endurance, feeling good, working on the little things. I'm gonna go in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, we're gonna repeat that 1 minute. Okay, and go. 1 minute straight again. Where you're just feeling good, pulling all the way through. Nice high elbow catch at the top there. See, Shannon, you're dropping your elbow a little bit on the catch. Keep that elbow nice and high as you drop the fingertips down at the front of the stroke there. Good, we've got 30 more seconds. It's looking great, just cruising through. Nice smooth tempo. Five more seconds. Okay, and rest. All right, nice job. We got one more of those now. One more of that 1 minute effort. Of that 1 minute smooth, feeling good type of efforts. And we're gonna go in 10 seconds and then we'll take a little bit longer rest. So this is that all day, perfect technique, perfect form effort. So we're gonna start 5 seconds and begin, go for it. 1 minute straight. Now I know it's starting to accumulate a little bit, but we should still be able to maintain this all the way through. It's nice and smooth. And finding that rhythm. Okay, so looking good. Make sure we're finishing all the way past that hip with a nice straight arm. We don't want to rush anything. And as we get tired here, this is where we start to see sometimes the bounce comes in for some people, so it's nice and stable. Got 15 more seconds. Five more seconds. Okay, and rest. Good. All right, we'll take it again. We'll do a little bit of a longer rest here. We'll go closer to a minute on this one. Now we're gonna go 2 times 1 minute, but we're up in the intensity here. So a little bit more tension. I also wanna see a little bit more tempo. So start to accelerate through the stroke a little bit more now. And again, tempo doesn't mean just moving your arms faster, but now at this point, what we're doing is we're accelerating through the back end of that stroke a little bit more. So we want a little bit more tension on this, a little bit more effort. We're gonna go 2 times 1 minute at this harder effort. And we'll do about 20 to 30 seconds of rest in between those 2 times of 1 minute. And we will get going in 15 seconds. 2 times 1 minute. This is that harder effort, like an 85% type effort, kind of like a race pace. So it shouldn't feel comfortable, but it shouldn't completely wreck you either. Okay, we're gonna go in 5 seconds. And go. All right, this is 1 minute straight at this effort. So this first one should feel hard, but not completely wreck you. Again, a little more tempo on this one. Not a lot. We don't want to rush through it, but we want to accelerate through the back end. And as we add tempo, that sometimes it's where we get like the wiggle or the side to side or the bounce even. So we want to make sure our core is nice and tight and we're nice and stable as we get going here. And as we get going and as we add some effort to these and we add some tension, we really want to make sure we're trying to carry over the form that we set up in those first few intervals. Only got 10 more seconds. Okay, and rest. All right, nice. That was interval number 1. We've got one more just like that at a minute. We'll take a little rest in here, about 30 seconds. We're gonna do number 2. Number 2 at that same type of effort. 85 hard effort. We are going to get going with number 2 in 10 seconds now. 10 seconds, we'll get going. In 5. And go. 1 minute straight again. That same 85% effort. There we go. Keep the form together. And one of the things I've mentioned too is as we get going, 85% type effort is, as on number 2, you might need to adjust the tension to keep that same type of effort, make it a little bit easier, because if you keep that same tension 85% on interval number 2, might actually feel like 90%. So you might need to adjust a little as we go through. We've got 15 more seconds, and we'll take a longer break again. Five more seconds. And rest. All right, again, we'll take about a minute here, a minute or so. Catch your breath. And then we've got 1 time, 1 minute. Just one effort, but this is a hard effort. This is one of those ones where we hit that minute mark and you're glad we're done. You've probably only got 5, 10 more seconds left in you. It's not all out, but we're talking like that 95% hard effort. Tempo is going to go up, and we're really going to be pushing through these hard, especially at the end. Accelerate through that stroke. We're going to go in 30 seconds. We've got 1 minute straight at like a 95% hard effort now. And thankfully, you only have to do 1 minute, just one of them. Okay, a little extra rest. We're going to go in 15 seconds. Prepare yourself. Okay, we're off in 5 seconds. And go. Here we go. Hard effort, like 95%. Tempo's up now. Accelerate through. Don't lose sight of that form. So we still have that great catch up front. And actually, I tend to find it's a little bit easier to get that catch when there's more tension on the band. You're able to lock that elbow in, drop those fingertips down for that catch. And then once you've got that catch, accelerate through the back end of the stroke, all the way past the hip with a nice straight arm. We've got 20 more seconds, so keep it together. Don't let the head drop. I know it's starting to hurt a little bit here. 10 more seconds. Almost there. Okay, and rest. Excellent. Excellent. We'll take a break here. Give you guys a little bit of rest. I may have been ambitious with my planning here. We'll see how far we get through this set. It's a tough one today. We're getting after it. But we'll take a longer break here. So get some water, stretch, which I see you guys are doing, which is great. But stretch it out, rest, swing the arms out a little bit. When we do get going here on number 2, or the next portion of our main set here, what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the 3 times 1 minute at that 75% kind of endurance all day effort. Then we're going to go 2 times 40 seconds at that 85% effort, and then 1 time 40 seconds at the 95. And depending on how we are on time, I might give you guys a little break there at the end, but we'll see where we're at as we work through this. But we'll get started here in about another minute. We're going to go 3 times 1 minute with about 20 to 30 seconds rest in between. This is that 75% effort, that kind of all day effort. Smooth, very form focused. Tempo doesn't have to be up super high on this. It's more about feeling good, and it's more about great technique and great form, and focusing on the little things of your stroke to make it great. Okay, we're going to go in 30 seconds. All right, so it's going to be 3 times 1 minute. It's about 20 to 30 seconds rest in between. easier tension now, but smooth endurance type effort. Okay, we're gonna go in 5 seconds. And go. There we go, 1 minute straight. It should feel somewhat easier after that last 95% effort, though probably starting to feel a little tight in the shoulders. Hopefully that little break helped a little bit. But now we're getting back, that's just slowing it down, focusing on the form. Looking good. We are halfway there. It's 30 seconds for number 1. Remember, when we finish, we want that arm to be nice and parallel, not up above your body, but not down low either. Just right past your hip. 10 more seconds. Okay, and rest. There we go. Number 1 done. Number 1 done. We've got 2 more of those. 2 more. All right. So not a super hard effort here, but we're going for a minute, and that's a long time, and it's starting to set in a little. You'll thank me when you get in the open water, I hope. 5 more seconds. We're gonna go. Number 2, minute straight. And go. 1 minute straight. Smooth endurance. Great form. Nice neutral head position. Try and get that nice flat back if you're standing. Great catch up front. Push all the way through the back. Again, we don't need a crazy tempo on this. This is just finding a little bit of rhythm and working on technique. We're halfway through this one, but we're getting there. Everybody's looking good. All right. 15 more seconds. Just 5 more seconds. We'll be through number 2. And rest. All right, 2 down, 1 to go. We're getting there. Not easy today. Not a lot of tension on right now, but it adds up. I'm starting to feel it in the shoulders a little, I'm sure. So if you need to adjust tension to keep it at that smooth 75%, then do it. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. Okay, last one, and go. 1 minute straight. Trying to feel as smooth as we can with tired shoulders. But make sure we're remembering the little parts of the stroke here, all that technique. Remember, as we get tired, don't let the head drop. Don't let that bounce settle in. Nice and smooth. Halfway there. And we'll take an extended break after this one. Good, nice and smooth. Great, keep finishing all the way through the back. Straight arm at the end. I know the triceps are hurting a little bit, but make sure we get that straight arm through the finish. We've only got 5 more seconds. Okay, and rest. All right, and that does it for our 1 minute intervals. There we go, that's a plus, except we'll take a 1 minute rest, but I think that's a good thing. Take 1 minute rest here, and then we are gonna go, instead of 2 times 1 minute at 85%, we're gonna do 2 times 40 seconds. So it's gonna be 40 seconds at that 85% effort now. So the tension, a little more tension on the bands, a little bit more tempo. We start accelerating through that stroke a little bit more. We're gonna go in 30-ish or so seconds, but now it gets harder. We're at that 85%, but it's only 40 seconds. We're gonna go 2 times 40 seconds, and we'll keep the rest the same in between. We'll keep that 20 to 30 second rest in between them. Tempo comes up, tension's on there, harder effort for these. All right, we will get going in 15 seconds. So we've got 40 seconds straight at that 85% effort. We go in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. Going in 5. And go. 40 seconds straight. Tempo comes up now, but don't forget about the form. Don't forget about the technique. Get a little more tension. This is that hard effort. Like 85% effort, that race type effort. We're not crushing it, but it's hard. Halfway there. Okay, we got 10 more seconds. And rest. There we go. That 40 seconds just flies by now after all those 1-minute intervals. We do that 20 to 30 second rest. We're going to go in about 15 seconds. We've got number 2. Same effort on this, still 40 seconds. That same 85% effort. I'm going to go in 5 seconds. And go. 40 seconds straight. Harder effort. Tempo is increasing here. We're accelerating through the back end. I know we're all going to have that perfect catch up front. Accelerate in past the hip. Nice high elbow on that catch. We are halfway there for this effort. Okay, we've got 10 more seconds. We'll take a little extended break after this one. And rest. All right. So the original plan here today was to do 40 seconds now at that really hard effort, then go back, do 3 times 1 minute again at 75%, 2 times 40 seconds again at that 85, and then finish with 20 seconds. But we're a little short on time, and I think people are feeling it a little bit. So we're just going to finish up with what would have been the last round. We'll skip over the middle round. We're just going to do 20 seconds now at that 95% effort, and then I think we will be done for today. So hard effort, 95% this one. Instead of 40 seconds, we're going to do 20 seconds, just short, to the point, and hard. So even if you want to add a little tension, you can go above, kind of get that max effort on this. We'll finish this one hard. All right, we will go in 20 seconds here. We've got 20 seconds hard to finish up. Ran out of time here just a little bit, but I don't think you guys will hate me for that. Okay, 5 seconds. And go. 20 seconds. Hard effort. It's going to be a cakewalk after all those 1 minute intervals and 40-second intervals. 10 more seconds. Okay, and you guys are done. All right, excellent. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have the time to do that last round, but I think you're probably okay with that. And it's interesting, you know, we do those endurance efforts, you know, it's when you do a lot of them, they add up. I mean, it's only a minute, it's only that 70 to 75% type effort, but when you keep throwing it in there with 20 seconds rest, that tends to accumulate, especially with the bands. And we don't want to overdo it too much with the bands. I know we've been at them for a couple months now, but you still tend to feel that in the shoulders pretty quickly, much more so than swimming. But all right. As always, happy to answer any questions anyone's got here. I know it's a beautiful day, but yeah, if anyone's got some questions, fire away. Christina does, it looks like. No, maybe not. Saying goodbye. Okay.
Wondering about, you know, we focused on the pull. Anything specific when we're releasing and returning to the front?
Yeah, I mean, for the bands, the big thing is that's where the mimic of the swim stroke stops. Let me grab my cords here. You know, the way these bands pull is if you finish here and you try to come up over the top, I mean, that's just an awkward, weird position on your shoulder and your body. So what I say is you basically just want to, that mimicking of the swim stroke stops here, and then I just think about following the same trajectory back. So this was my pull here. I just try to drop and let it follow that same line back up again. And that way it's putting less stress on my shoulders, and it's not going to tweak it in kind of a funny way. But I definitely wouldn't come over the top with it, if that makes sense.
But do you try to keep your elbow up? Just to keep your elbow up here, do you try to do the same thing going back?
No, I mean, you can drop your elbow a little bit more because then it kind of just allows the arm to come back up. If you keep your elbow bent, you're going to be resisting the return, and you're just going to end up, working your shoulders more than you really need to. So you can drop the elbow a little bit for the return and basically just get arm from point A back up to point B.
Okay. Good.
Or B to A, I guess.
Thanks.
No problem.
Hi, John, I have a question.
Sure.
For people that might have to be out of water for a longer time, is there a suggestion of like how to progress these sessions? Would you recommend having maybe 1 or 2 more of these shorter sessions per week? Or like, is there a cap on, how long you should make these type of sessions?
I think some of the longer ones that I've given out to my athletes, I don't know, is Alexi still here? She might be able to correct me. She's one of my 1-to-1 athletes. I think we go to about 40 minutes maybe is probably the longest we've gone, maybe 45. You can progress them to go longer than that. It's one of the things we did a while ago was we did the quote unquote the 6s, or it was the 9s, and that was really hard. So then we cut it back to the 3s, then it's the 6s, and that's the type of thing you can progress on and do it that way. And I think maybe we, as it looks like more people might be out of water longer, maybe add in some, and I can talk to Matt about this, maybe we can add in some more sessions for the bands that are progressed a little bit. For instance, I think what's the one that is resilience? Is that one that's still being given out, the resilience session? With that's an easy one to adapt and add to a little bit, because you can just increase the numbers as it goes. And I think I did that early on with my 1-to-1s. I had the resilience, and we had resilience 2, and then we had resilience 3, and it kind of builds up on all that. But yeah, some of them you can look at them and you can see ways that you can adapt and make it harder, because you do adapt to this and you do adjust to what we're doing. So it does kind of reach a point where I think it makes sense to add, but I mean, you don't need to be sitting on the bands for more than 40 or 45 minutes. Then it gets to be a little bit excessive. I mean, you're getting what you need out of it in that time. Anything beyond that's just kind of a little too much probably.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Well, from what I can see for you guys who are outside, it looks beautiful where you are too. So get out there and enjoy the day. And I hope I see everybody back here on Wednesday.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, John.